Hey everybody. Wow, I got some flack over my last video. Listen, people, when it comes to public bodies, they cannot hide their money. So even if we wanted to, what the people said was they didn't like the fact that I am settling with private companies and not talking about the lawsuit anymore. But yet, I won't do that with Parkinson and the village. Let's get something very straight right now, folks. I offered to settle with Parkinson, never talk about her on YouTube at all, not talk about the case at all, for $5,000. And the reason why I could do that is she is being sued individually. So I don't really give a fuck where her funds came from if she would have settled that. Now, with that said, I filed a complaint with the Illinois Attorney Registry and Disciplinary Commission because I don't think that they provided her with that settlement offer. So they'll have to prove to the attorney registry that they forwarded that settlement offer. But what I offered to settle for was I wouldn't talk about what happened that day, and I wouldn't talk about the lawsuit anymore. And we would settle it for $5,000. And they turned me down, which that's her right. But that's the only way she could have got a settlement that would have, we wouldn't have been talking about it. But they turned it down so I can talk all I want. And believe you me, she's been to the court. She tried to get the federal court to not let me. Remember, they went and tried to get an order of protection where I couldn't talk about the case. I couldn't serve Freedom of Information Act. So I know for a fact, there's been other stuff that she's filed in court. I know for a fact that it's had a psychological wear on her. And to me, that I don't really give a fuck. She's the one that put her hands on me. So I don't really give a fuck about her. But I do know that it's had an effect on her, and her employer had an opportunity to not only stop the lawsuit at $5,000, but to shut me up, and they blew it. And now they'll never get that chance. There was a specific reason why I did that day. My wife asked me to. My wife has a little empathy for her. I have none. She had a little empathy for her. And so I made that offer to where I would shut up about it. Gave her one chance in a lifetime, because I'll never shut up about her now. Because she did. She tried to have him. She asked the court to not even have me say her name on YouTube. No videos, don't say her name. So it is allegedly has had an effect on her. And so her employer had the opportunity to shut it down at $5,000 and me not talk about it, and they said no. So we're going till the end now. I mean, there'll be no settling with them. I haven't even made them an offer since that one. I did forward it to the Attorney Registry and Disciplinary Commission because they have an obligation to forward it to her. But anyways, so all you guys that were upset about that, I know there's a couple people in town that like her. I did make an offer in which I wouldn't, the same offer that I made to the public bodies, and to the private corporations. And the only reason why I can do that is because the judge made her individually. And so that was the only way. And her employer said no. Let her deal with it.